Alright guys, we're going to go over one of our new products here. This is the second angle quick mount. So we'll just kind of jump right in. First you're going to get yourself a bag with everything included as well. There is a QR code there for you to scan. That'll take us directly to our YouTube page, and then you can obviously just search for the second angle quick mount to review this or any of our other instructional videos. So let's first go over kind of what's included within the package here. So you're going to get a few things. First, you're going to get your cam buckle strap. We've included now a little toggle on the clamp here, or I'm sorry, on the bungee. Just helps secure it better. You're going to get a gear hook, which you could hang a backpack, grunt tube, whatever you'd like off that. And then you're going to actually get the quick mount itself, which has a locking lever on it. So to get your piece, this is called your button, off, you just flip your lever open, just very simply like that. And then you will slide out your bolt and your button. The button is going to attach to the bottom of either your mount that you have here, which would be like for a GoPro mount. It is a 1/4 20. So if you have a selfie stick, which is what I'm set up with, make sure it has a 1/4 20 on it, and this setup will accommodate it. So again, you're looking for a 1/4 20. So we'll kind of dive into how to install this and some of the great features of it. So we'll set this one aside. All right. So what I like to do first, starting off, take your button out, okay? So take your button out, it should have your bolt in with it. You can adjust how tight or loose this lever is, this locking lever. What you're going to need is a 1/8 inch hex key, and then you can obviously tighten or loosen that. Don't go crazy on it, guys. There's no need to. Just snug it up. I mean, because if you go too tight, you're not going to be able to move this lever. So yeah, that's how that works. That's how you'll adjust that. The next order of business and what you'll need is a 5/32 hex key. The 5/32 hex key is what's going to allow you to mount your button to the bottom of either your selfie stick or your rotational mount with the 1/4 20. So all I do is simply put that on there and just thread it down. Once I kind of get it snug, I just give it a little 1/8 of a turn. That's all you need, guys. You don't need to hammer on this stuff at all. So now basically you're set up. You can set up your gear strap how you'd like. I'll go over how I do mine. But yeah, basically the basic function of this now is I can easily and quickly mount my GoPro or my DJI or my Insta360 without having to screw on, unscrew a bunch of stuff. It's just that simple. So literally on, off. This is going to strap to the tree, which you'll see some demonstrational stuff a little bit later on. So how do I set up my strap personally? So I set it up the same way as if I'm saddle hunting or if I'm hunting out of a hang-on tree stand. So take your strap out the whole way. Undo it the whole way. Take your cam buckle off. And now what I like to do, just my personal preference, what I found works really nicely for me, this really applies to all my gear hanger systems. I like to tighten from, basically I'm going to be pulling the slack with my right hand and I'm going to be holding the loop with my left hand. So I just kind of hold that loop and I'm pulling the slack with my right hand. So with that being said, I personally like to put on first my quick mount, okay? Then I'll throw on my gear hanger, and then obviously I will throw on my cam buckle. Now if you guys wanted to run this as one strap system, so this will accommodate all of our gear hangers too. So our bow hangers, any of the dew claws, the pocket dew claw, minimalist, as well as the Titan and the Runt. you can mix and match all this stuff. That's kind of what's nice about the modularity that we've created within this system, is now I can tie in my bow hanger right into all this, right? So that's what I'll do. And then basically I will pull all the slack out of the system, and what I'll do here is I will stop here and I'll kind of show you guys how I would wind this up and pack it away. Alright guys, we'll try to get some close-ups of all this here. So what I'm going to do is I first take all the slack. So I would tighten my cam buckle up basically the whole way to where it's basically snug, right? And then I just hook it just like that into my J hook. Take all the slack out of the system, alright? And now what you're going to do is, obviously elevated from a tree stand, this is a lot easier, but I will just demonstrate here. I'm going to lower this down till I get to the tag end of my strap. I'm going to put that tag end of my strap in between my pointer and my middle finger, right? And now all you guys are going to do is literally just wind this around your hand. And why I say it's easier in a tree stand is you can see this is kind of getting tangled, but as I get it off the ground, it very easily untangles itself as I'm coming up. All right, so I get to the end of this, towards the end of the strap, slide my fingers out, and then what I like to do is just lay it right on the side like that, right? Okay, and now you can basically do this any way you want. What I found works really nice is if I am looking at the bottom side of the quick mount, all I do is take my tag end here, I roll it around, the lock lever kind of holds it nicely, and then I basically take my little bungee here and just kind of hook it around, and it packs it up real nicely for you. So again, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. If you look at some of our pictures on our website, obviously it's going to show you it very nicely. So just mess around there, find what works good for you. Like, see, I'm just tweaking it around here, pulling the slack out of it. What's nice is you have this little toggle here on the bungee, so you can basically tie it up however you want, and then if you got some slack, just pull all the slack out with the little toggle. So yeah, that kind of goes up. I just wanted to go over wrapping that up real quick, because some people it can be a little tricky, right? Especially if you're like left-handed, you're trying to watch a right-hand video. So don't be afraid there. Just mess around with a couple things, and eventually you'll get something that's going to work really, really nicely for you. All right, we're going to just basically undo the bungee, let all the slack fall out, loosen up our cam buckle on the back side, unhook it from the J hook, and now you're basically just going to set it around the tree. So I like to kind of reach around and grab the quick mount and everything. Then I can pull it around, tighten it nicely. If you really need to, I use this to just kind of grab it, but if you need to kind of slip a couple fingers in there, you can. Obviously before you tighten it, move your gear hook where you want it. That's personally where I like mine set up, just like that. So I can hang my pack right there. And now what I'm ready for is my selfie stick. So you can extend it out if you want to, but it's that easy, guys. So strap on. I just mounted my selfie stick straight to the tree. Didn't have to screw anything in. Very firm, secure. I can extend this out to like 4 or 5 foot, and it holds perfectly fine here at the tree.